Welcome to part 3 of the first unit of the listening exam. In the first part of the listening exam, you will need to listen for specific details. This includes numbers. In the next exercise, I want you to make a note of the number you hear in each pair, A to J.
Recording 5. A.
Third.
B.
$10.50.
C.
Sixth.
D.
70.
E.
19.
F.
15.
G.
62.
H.
£110.
I.
31st.
J.
27th.
During your listening test, all numbers are spoken fairly clearly. But there are still times when there can be confusion. How well did you do at listening to these numbers? Check your answers and comment on how many you got correct. A. Third. B. $10.50. C. Sixth. D. 70. E. 19. F. 15. G. 62. H. £110. I. 31st. J. 27th. If you got all of them correct, then well done. Now listen to different recording and answer the 5 questions. Be careful as you will hear a couple of numbers, so you need to decide which is the one you actually need. Again, once it's complete, we will go through the answers.
Recording 6. 1.
I hope you've enjoyed your stay with us.
Yes, it was lovely. But I had to pay £95, which seems a bit expensive. Last time I stayed here, I only paid £80.
Yes, I'm sorry, madam. We had to increase our prices considerably this year. But that is actually a discounted price, as you're a regular guest. It would normally be £105.
Oh.
2.
Now, on Thursday, there will be a special class, which will be given by a wonderful local artist. As this isn't included in your fees, you will need to pay for this on the day. We've kept the costs low. It's only $10 for our regular students here. If you want to bring along anyone else who hasn't studied with us before, the cost for them is $15. We charge them an extra $5 for the use of equipment, which old students have already paid for.
3.
Can you tell me how big the garage is? I just want to make sure our cars will fit.
Let me have a look. How big are your cars?
Mine's about 1.5 metres wide, and my wife's is almost the same.
I don't think it's wide enough, I'm afraid. It says here that it's 3.5 metres across, and you need at least a metre between the cars to be able to open the doors.
You're right. What about the height? Mine's a van I use for work, and I carry a lot of equipment on top.
Let me see. It's 2.5 metres. Would that be tall enough?
Not for my big ladders, no. I'd like 3 metres at least.
4.
I'm thinking of taking my children to the Gold Coast in the holidays. Can you tell me how much it would cost on the bus? I don't want to drive all that way.
Right. You'd qualify for a family ticket, which is the cheapest way to do it. It'll be $55 altogether. Normally, a child's fare is $25 and an adult is $45.
Oh, that's a good deal.
5.
I'm trying to organise a party, and I wondered if your hotel had a room we could use.
We do have several function rooms. What date did you have in mind for the party? I'll just warn you, we're already fully booked for most of June. The first available date I have is the 14th of July.
Oh, that's not a problem. It's for my dad's birthday, which isn't until the 1st of August.
That's a Tuesday.
Yes. So I'd like to hold it at the end of July, on the Saturday before.
So that's the 29th?
Yes, that's right.
How did you do? Don't worry if you got confused with any of the answers, as we will go through each question so you can see where the distracting factors are. 1. The answer is £95. 2. The answer is $15. 3. The answer is 3.4 meters and 2.5 meters. 4. The answer is $55. 5. The answer is the 29th of July. IELTS uses distractors in their listening tests to challenge test takers and ensure they are actively listening and comprehending the audio. Distractors are designed to resemble correct answers but contain subtle differences or irrelevant information. This helps evaluate the test taker's ability to focus and discern important details amidst distractions, reflecting real-life listening scenarios where understanding nuances is crucial. As we go through the questions again, I want you to read the script and look at how they use different ways to distract you from the real answer. IELTS includes various price points in scripts to assess the test taker's comprehension of spoken English, particularly understanding numbers, currency, and contexts involving transactions. In this dialogue, the inclusion of different amounts, £95, £80, £105, allows for testing the test taker's ability to understand price changes, discounts, and comparisons in a typical customer service scenario. The inclusion of different amounts in the script, such as $10 for regular students and $15 for new attendees, reflects varying fee structures based on different criteria. Regular students might have certain privileges or discounts compared to newcomers, who may need to cover additional costs such as equipment usage. Therefore, the script clarifies the specific amounts for different groups to ensure transparency and fairness in the payment process. The IELTS included other distractor amounts in the script to test the candidate's ability to understand and interpret numerical information accurately in a real-life conversation context. By presenting various measurements, including the correct ones, 3.5 meters and 2.5 meters, alongside incorrect ones, the test evaluates the candidate's listening comprehension skills, ability to discern relevant information, and make logical deductions based on the given context. The IELTS likely included the incorrect distractor amounts in the script to test the candidate's ability to identify and interpret relevant information accurately. In this case, the distractor amount of $55 could be mistaken as the total fare for both children and adults. However, careful reading and comprehension reveal that the correct total fare is $55, with $25 for a child and $45 for an adult. Therefore, this question assesses the candidate's attention to detail and ability to discern key information. The incorrect distractor dates might have been included in the script to test the candidate's ability to identify and extract specific information accurately from a dialogue, thereby assessing their comprehension skills and attention to detail. Now, we're going to hear portions from 4 distinct speeches. Listen attentively and select the appropriate answer, either A, B, or C.
Recording 7. 1.
We had a good response to our survey, and we found that while 80% of our students drink coffee, only 15% drink tea, with the rest preferring water.
2.
Over 800,000 people in the U.S. are estimated to have tried skiing. This may seem a large number, but it represents just over 0.26% of the total population of 300 million. So, per capita, it is surprisingly small.
3.
It's estimated that India is home to between 38,000 and 53,000 wild elephants, while Africa has between 470,000 and 690,000. Exact figures are difficult to determine.
4.
An elephant can weigh between 2.5 and 5 tons. This is comparable to the tongue of the blue whale, which alone can weigh 2.7 tons. In fact, a blue whale can weigh 15 times more than an elephant, and can grow to about 10 times the size of a standard bus.
The correct answers are 1. B, 2. C, 3. B, 4. A. We will go through each question and show where the answer is and what the distractors are. So let's go through the scripts and look where the distractors are. 1. Coffee is the right answer because the survey results show that the majority of students, which is 80%, prefer to drink coffee. This means that a large portion of the students surveyed enjoy drinking coffee, compared to tea, which only 15% of students prefer. Additionally, it's worth noting that the remaining 5% of students opt for water. 2. A relatively small proportion of Americans have tried skiing. The speaker emphasizes that while the absolute number of people who have tried skiing in the US may seem large, it actually represents only a small fraction of the total population. This suggests that skiing is not as widely practiced as one might think, indicating that only a relatively small proportion of Americans have experienced skiing. 3. The correct answer is 470,000. The explanation for this is that the script mentions that Africa is home to between 470,000 and 690,000 wild elephants. So, out of the given options, the minimum estimate for the number of wild elephants in Africa falls within the range of 470,000. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. 4. According to the speaker, option A is correct. They mentioned that the tongue of a blue whale alone can weigh 2.7 tons, which is comparable to the weight of an elephant, 2.5 to 5 tons. Therefore, the tongue of a blue whale and an elephant can weigh the same amount. If you have found this video helpful and useful, make sure you like, comment and subscribe for more tips for the listening exam.